This morning on The Dish, East meets West. Celebrity chef Ming Tsai is credited with bringing Asian-style cooking to the masses. He is host and executive producer of the popular PBS show Simply Ming.
He has also written 4 cookbooks, and his 5th, called Simply Ming, like his show, will hit stores in a couple months. He's brought his ultimate dish, duck breast with blueberry gin sauce and cucumber couscous. Chef, good morning to you.
Good morning. Great to be here.
And you loved our opening music. For
yeah,
the record.
that's awesome. Yeah, I play that all the time in the shower.
I just want to know, just fundamentally, a question here.
Yeah.
A lot of folks, of course, love chicken, and I'm no, actually, I take that back. I love chicken too, and an expert on it a little bit. But when you're comparing chicken and duck in terms of texture and taste, what's the difference?
Duck tastes more like meat, like beef, right? It's got a nice meaty flavor to it, and I love it because I'm a big wine fan as well, so for Pinot Noir, it's fantastic. And this one, in particular, I love because it's summertime with blueberries, and we have this Bombay Sapphire East gin, which I love cooking with alcohol. I think, you know, you can cook with Shaoxing wine, cooking with gin, or you had vodka, the Italians use it for the pasta. This particular one I love because it has a flavor profile that I use. It has Vietnamese peppercorn and Thai lemongrass actually infused into the gin. It's not an infused gin, but it's one of the botanicals. And you can taste that in the blueberry sauce, which I think
is delicious. There's a lot of depth of flavor. You can taste a lot of flavors coming together. You also have, I see shrimp here, and this is...
And the shrimp is, there's a very classic Chinese dish called Drunken Strip. And traditionally, it's actually live shrimp that they put in baigar, which is this high, very alcoholic Chinese liqueur. Here we actually took shrimp and into the gin to give it just 10 minutes. Just a quick little marinade, 10 to 20 minutes, and then quickly stir it. So if you eat that, be careful with those shells. So when you do eat it, you'll taste just the background of the shrimp.
Thanks for the by the way, because I was just about to put the whole thing in my mouth.
Yeah.
So no, appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you talk about blue a lot. And blue is a big color with you. What is it about blue? The restaurant's got blue in the title. The recipe's got blue in the title.
Okay, the mundane reason, it's my favorite color.
Really?
But I did go to Andover. I did go to Yale, and blue is also connotes water. And my wife and I are big believers of feng shui, which is wind water. That's the study of energy, qi, through a space or a business. So having water associated with my restaurant helps the business. And I'm actually opening a new restaurant in 2013 called Blue Dragon, because it's Year of the Dragon now. So we're going to get it open. It's actually Year of the Water Dragon, so blue is perfect.
I love your backstory. You mentioned going to Yale for engineering.
Mechanical
engineering. And then Cornell for hospitality management. How did you end up going from that world to the world of this?
You know, it was very simple. I say this all the time. I was, still am, and will always be hungry. So I learned as a kid, if I hung out in the kitchen, my grandparents and my parents would throw me scraps. And I loved the flame, the smoke, the action, the knives, all that stuff. So I was sharpening knives with my grandfather, cleavers, when I was 5 and 6 years old. I was baking Duncan Heights cakes when I was 7, and of course all my friends are making fun of me. They're playing baseball, and they're like, look at Ming, Ming's a girl, whatever. Then of course once baseball's over, they're like, is that cake? I'm like, yeah, $1 a slice.
Nice work. So you were a businessman and a chef from a very early stage.
Yeah, have to be.
And then you brought a choice drink with you as well.
So this is called yuzu. Yuzu is a fantastic citrus from Japan. That with the Bombay gin and a little soda and a little ginger syrup, very light.
Totally refreshing.
It is, and it's got that little edge on it as well.
And you didn't forget dessert?
No, of course not. So this is a lemongrass panna cotta with just fresh strawberries, which are so good. And all you do with strawberries, if it's a dessert, is take a little bit of just sugar, a little bit of lemon juice, and it makes its own sauce.
I love that because it's not too sweet.
No, it's not.
But it has a great flavor to it.
I hate too sweet. I think you just had a huge meal and then you eat something so sweet, it doesn't sit right. Light is the way to go for dessert.
Where do your inspirations come from? Where do you actually sit down and come up with this kind of thing?
You know, it's 3 sources. It's eating other people's food, especially.
Which I'm really good at that.
Yeah, the best though is authentic food. That's street food in people's homes. Restaurants are great. You can go to Thomas Keller, Danielle, Jean-Georges, and that's fantastic, but that food's already inspired. I like to take inspiration from base foods, read a lot, and TV. You see these people on TV like, oh my God, I never thought of that. Okay, why not? Let's try that.
Is there one person on TV that you love?
Oh, God. Besides you two?
Good answer. We'll let you go with that one.
You know what? I had to give Julia Child and Jock because they started it, and Emerald because he put us on the map.
If you could have a meal with anybody, who would it be? And don't say us.
Okay. You know what? I never got to meet James Beard. And James Beard just really kind of set up American cuisine in this country with Julia Child, and he was a gourmet gourmand, and you know, one day maybe. Actually, one day probably. I probably will end up there, but I might end up down there, so we'll see.
Oh, no.
Chef Ming, if you'll sign our dish for us, thank you so much.